Hello everybody. We just hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I thought I'd do a little bonus video here for you guys today. I've never really done a tutorial kind of formal video like this, so it'll be very informal, but I really wanted to share with you guys a cool program that I've been using lately that I think benefits Dark Souls PC players and streamers and YouTubers in a really huge way, probably more so than other games. So let's get started. So first off, you're going to want to open up your browser and go to that Google, and you're going to want to type in Shadowplay. So Shadowplay, it's a whole bunch of different things. It's similar to Fraps, except that it solves that amazing kind of problem we've all had where something incredible happens in a video game and you're like, oh man, I wish I had recorded that. Well, with Shadowplay, it is recorded. Shadowplay is essentially a video game recording time machine, so that at any given moment, the last 20 minutes of any video game you've played are recorded in high def. And if nothing important has happened in the last 20 minutes, it gets deleted. So if you're sitting there doing invasions in Dark Souls and you do 7,000 invasions in a row and nothing happens and nothing important, you don't have a million gigs of video clogging up your hard drive. It'll only save the last 20 minutes of your gameplay when you tell it to. So finally, when you get that one incredible invasion that's just the best thing ever, you now have that on your hard drive ready to go straight to YouTube or whatever. And there's some other really cool features which I'll kind of walk you guys through. I'm not an expert on this, I just got it recently, but it's amazing. So anyways, you go to geforce.com/geforceexperience/shadowplay blah blah, and you click the download now button, and what that's going to do is that's going to give you a program called the GeForce Experience. So we're going to open that up here. So GeForce Experience is a bunch of different things, but all we're going to really focus on is Shadowplay. So obviously having a GeForce graphics card is kind of important for this. I think there's workarounds, but I'm pretty sure you need a GeForce graphics card. But assuming you have that, you're going to get a screen kind of like this, and the very first thing you're going to want to do is click on drivers. And now I obviously have an updated driver, but you're going to want to click the button over here that says check for updates, and it'll pop up and give you an option to install the latest drivers. You got to make sure you do that because it's sort of new technology and it's important that you have the newest drivers. So after you're done that, you're going to click on games, and it's going to give you a list of the games on your computer that are compatible with GeForce Experience and with Shadowplay. Now, I don't have many games, but I've got these 5, and the most important one obviously is Dark Souls 2. So you're going to click it, and there's a button normally on the screen that says Optimize Game. So you click that, and what it's going to do is it's going to optimize the game so that it works best with Shadowplay and with all the fancy. As you can see, there's different graphics upgrades it kind of gives you, which is really nice. They're actually quite visible in game, like the difference before and after. I don't have an example, but it's pretty remarkable. But the point is, you're going to optimize it for this wonderful thing called Shadowplay. So now if we click this button here in the corner, you're going to see this thing pop up. And it's essentially just a glorified on-off switch. Now, if you're having issues with it at this stage, once you've installed it and everything, the most important thing you need to do is restart your computer. I forgot to do that the first time, and I was pulling my hair out trying to figure out why this stupid thing wasn't working. You got to restart your computer, even though it doesn't prompt you to do so. But anyway, so you click your button here, and everything will light up all pretty, and that tells you that it's ready to go. Now it says recording in-game resolution 60 frames per second, 50 megabits per second, H.264. So the beautiful thing about this, unlike Fraps, is it compresses it on the fly, but there's only about a 10% performance impact, which is incredible because for it to compress the footage on the fly means you're going to get smaller, more optimal video files. So it's not going to be like 10,000 gigabytes for one invasion. It works out to be about 4 gigabytes for, I think, a 20-minute clip. Now, if you play for 9 hours, you're not going to get 9 hours worth of footage. You're only going to get the 20-minute chunks that you want. So if you get an amazing invasion halfway through your 9-hour session, you hit a button. In this case, I think it's Alt F10, and it will save that last chunk of video for you. If I had known about this earlier in my YouTubing, streaming career, it would have been, man, there'd be a lot more content on YouTube. but going forward I plan on using this all the time because you can use it while you're streaming, you can use it at any time playing any game, and it's not filling up your hard drive with 9 hours of pointless video files that you now need to go through and chop up and re-optimize and everything. So in this case, sorry, I misread. In this case, it says 20 minutes is 7.5 gigabytes. So that's a pretty high-end file. But of course, you can click on this and change it to whatever you want. If you just want little clips or whatever, you can change the audio to in-game plus microphone. You know, if you want to record commentary and stuff like that. And there's also this really cool thing where you can put your camera, you can put a webcam on top of your footage. So if you want to do like a faux stream thing, but you're recording for YouTube, you can do that, and it's all built in. There's also the ability to stream right to Twitch and YouTube and all this crazy stuff. But the point is, we're not worried about that. We're just worried about offline recording right now. And for that, it is amazing. Okay, so let's get Shadowplay back up here. So we've clicked the on button, all of this lit up. The most important thing is you want to click on mode. There's a couple different modes, but the one we're going to focus on is the mode called Shadow. Alt F10 saves the last 20 minutes of recording. This is the most amazing technology specifically for a Dark Souls YouTuber, and I'm going to show you guys why. Okay, so once all this is set up, you can click over on Games and Dark Souls, and you can launch the game right from here, and it's gonna, it's gonna do its thing where it loads up Steam and all that stuff. And now we have a bright white screen and a black screen and a white screen, and we might have some technical difficulties here while we set all this up. Okay, let me minimize a few things, load that back up. Alright, cool. So we've got, as I drop my controller and make a ton of noise, excellent. So we skip through all the screens, blah, 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 get into Dark Souls, press start. Whew, that could be really loud. Apologies if that's really loud. Yeah, so I've been using this lately, and it's a godsend. It's so nice. So we're gonna load up Shrek, of course, because why not? So just get through all these the loading screens. But on PC, they only take a few seconds, so it's great. I should mention that this program is mainly meant for. Let me use an effigy real quick so I don't look so terrible. So this program is mainly designed for GeForce cards of the 600, 700, 800 series. If you have one that's from like the 500 or lower series, there are workarounds, and you can Google search those by just going on Google, type in Shadowplay and then the name of your graphics card, and there are workarounds that people have come up with that are fairly stable. So if you have an older graphics card, don't fear. There's probably a way to make this work, but your performance could vary, so you may need to record on a lower setting, also depending on your processor and all that. So anyways, we're in game. Everything's running perfectly, 60 frames per second, whatever. Max settings, max everything, 1080p, blah, blah. But what's really remarkable is there is no performance impact. Just like with Fraps, for the most part, if you have a good computer, everything seems to run fine, and but the difference is, if Fraps was running right now and I were to sit down for an 8-hour session, my hard drive would be crying because it would be full of pointless footage of me running around Majula and in between stuff. Whereas with Shadowplay, the clips I'm saving are the important clips and nothing more. So we're just going to kind of jog around Majula and do our thing. Swing a bit just so that Shadowplay has something to record. We'll pretend that this is, optimal footage, which it's not. Okay, and just for fun, from a distance, we're going to try and hit that gentleman with his poison dagger. Oh, that was close. Let's try one more time. Oh, I think it hit him. Well, anyway, so the point is, we've got our footage. Let's pretend that was an exciting invasion, and your heart's pounding. You just wrecked 3 nerds and a hacker, and you're like, oh man, I got to show the world this. Okay, so you're done. You're ready to save your thing. You're gonna hit Alt F10, which I just did. There was a tiny brief pause, and I think that means that it's saved. So what we're gonna do, we're going to exit out of the game now. So you're ready, you've got your clip, you're like all excited. Let's go through these little save screens, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then we obviously have to reconnect to everything just to exit the game. I kind of wish there was like an exit game right on the main screen, but that's okay. So quit game, boom. Let me hide the game and turn the desktop back on. Okay, so we're back on our desktop. Hopefully it worked, and we've exported our clip, so we're going to go check. So you just click this little thing, and it pops up. In this case, I have Dark Souls 2. Please, please, please. That says 2 minutes and 44 seconds. 2 minutes and 44 seconds. I want to say that is the right clip. What time? 5:12. Yep, that's the one. Okay, so we're going to just double check that it did in fact do justice to our our little Majula dance. So we're going to load that up. Oh, double mouse hype. Okay, let's skip ahead a little bit. Skip past all the loading screens. And there you have it. If the frame rate doesn't look smooth, it's because I'm recording it using OBS, using Shadowplay, using my... So there's probably some frame loss on your end because you're seeing this as it's being recorded through two different sources. But on my screen, it looks nice and smooth, and I'm seeing Shrek run around. Let's make sure there's in-game sound. Turn it up a bit. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, you guys can hear that hopefully. But anyways, it's just Shrek running around, so just doing nothing. And I think at this point I try to throw my my throwing knife at the guy. But anyways, let's pretend that this was really quality footage, and this is going to give you 1 million subs on YouTube, and you know, and FromSoft will fly you to their studio and hang out because you're the best Dark Souls YouTuber ever. Let's assume this is your masterpiece, and that's what we just did. So basically that's the rundown of Shadowplay. You guys watch me install the software, essentially, load it up. You just always have it running, and anytime anything crazy happens, you're like, oh my god, I wish I had that recorded. You do. Just hit Alt F10, boom, you have a 20-minute, well, in this case it was a 2-minute clip because I only played for 2 minutes, but if I had played for 20 minutes, you'll have a 20-minute HD MP4, which is the perfect format for both editing and for YouTube. It's beautiful. And there you have it. So guys, just found this program. I'm going to test it out some more, but I think in terms of Dark Souls YouTubers, this is one of the best things, because for Dark Souls, the game is divided into chunks of like 5 to 10 minute chunks where you're invading, you're doing duels, you're fighting bosses, nothing in Dark Souls tends to be very, very long in terms of like highlights. So if you're doing a day of PvP, every time you hit Alt F10, you're saving, the last 20 minutes to be edited into your perfect montage. It's better than Fraps because you're not saving all the useless footage you don't care about of you going back and forth and whatever. Like it's just saving the important stuff, and it's not destroying your hard drive at the same time, and it's very minimal performance impact. I have a decent computer, but nothing incredible, and it runs like a charm. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for 10,000 subscribers, and I will obviously, now that I use Shadowplay, I'll be releasing a lot more offline content in HD. Without my silly face cam in the corner screaming at everyone. Maybe some actual Dark Souls footage, but hopefully of the same caliber that you guys expect from my stream. So thanks a lot, and I will talk to you guys soon. See ya.